If you've noticed that getting up from a chair takes a little more effort than it used to, or that your legs sometimes feel unsteady when you're standing in line at the grocery store, you're not imagining things, and you're certainly not alone. What most of us don't realize is that after about age 60, the strength in our legs can fade much faster than we'd expect, and it happens so quietly that we barely notice until one day we're reaching for the armrest just to stand up, or we feel a little wobble stepping off a curb. For years, we've been told that walking is the answer, that a daily stroll around the neighborhood will keep us strong and steady. And while walking is wonderful for the heart and the mind, it turns out it doesn't do nearly enough to protect the muscles that actually keep us upright and safe. You can walk every single day and still feel weak in your legs, and that's because walking doesn't challenge your muscles in the way they need to be challenged after 60. It doesn't ask your thighs to push hard. It doesn't train your body to balance on one leg, and it doesn't rebuild the kind of strength that makes standing up feel easy again. The truth is, the legs need more than movement. They need resistance. They need to be asked to work against something, to hold weight, to stabilize your body in ways that walking simply doesn't require. When muscles stop being challenged like that, they start to shrink, a process that doctors call sarcopenia. And once that begins, balance fades, joints feel less secure, and the chance of falling goes up dramatically. Recent studies have shown that older adults who added specific leg strengthening exercises to their routines saw real improvements in bone density, balance, and overall stability, far more than those who only walked. One large study that followed thousands of people in their 60s and 70s found that targeted exercises reduced the risk of falling by nearly 3/4, which is a stunning difference. So, if you've been walking faithfully but still feel uncertain on your feet, it's not that you're doing something wrong, it's just that your legs need a different kind of attention now. There are 3 simple exercises that can make a remarkable difference, and the best part is, you don't need a gym, you don't need special equipment, and you don't have to spend hours doing them. Let's start with the first one, which focuses on the front of your thighs, those big muscles called the quadriceps. These are the muscles that straighten your knee and help you stand up, and they're often the first to weaken as we get older. When they get weak, even small tasks like getting out of a car or climbing a single step can feel harder than they should. The exercise is called a seated leg extension, and it's done sitting down, which makes it safe and easy to control. You sit in a sturdy chair with your back supported and your feet flat on the floor. Then you slowly straighten one leg out in front of you until it's level with your hip. Hold it there for a couple of seconds while you gently squeeze the muscle on the top of your thigh, and then lower it back down slowly, taking about 3 seconds to do that. The key is to move with control, no swinging or dropping the leg, because that control is what actually builds strength. You start with about 8 to 10 repetitions on each leg, take a short rest, and then do another set. As you get stronger over the next few weeks, you can hold the leg a little longer or add a third set. If you feel any sharp pain in your knee, stop right away, but a little muscle fatigue is normal and actually a good sign. What this exercise does is wake up those thigh muscles and teach them to work again, which makes standing up smoother, takes pressure off your knees, and helps you feel more stable when you're walking or going upstairs. It's such a simple movement, but the difference it makes is real. The second exercise is one that mirrors something you do every single day, standing up and sitting down, and it's called a chair squat. This might sound too basic to matter, but here's the thing. The ability to get up from a chair without using your hands is one of the clearest signs of leg strength, and it's one of the first things we lose. You might be able to walk around the block just fine, but if standing up from the couch takes effort or makes your legs shake, that's a warning sign. Chair squats train your thighs, your hips, and your core all at the same time, and they do it in a way that actually mimics real life. Studies have shown that people who practice this movement regularly see significant improvements in leg strength and balance within just a few months, and doctors often recommend it because it's safe, effective, and doesn't require any equipment. Here's how you do it. You sit in a sturdy chair with your feet about hip-width apart and flat on the floor. Then you sit up tall and lean forward just a little bit from your hips. Then you press through your heels and stand up slowly, squeezing your thigh and hip muscles gently at the top for just a second, and then lower yourself back down over about 3 seconds, controlling the movement the whole way. Don't just drop into the chair, because lowering yourself slowly is actually the part that builds the most strength. If you need to, you can lightly touch your thighs or the armrests for a little support, but try to use your legs to do most of the work. Start with 6 to 10 repetitions, rest for a moment, and then do another set. As you get stronger over the next few weeks, you can hold the leg a little longer or add a third set. If you feel any sharp pain in your knee, stop right away, but a little muscle fatigue is normal and actually a good sign. What this exercise does is wake up those thigh muscles and teach them to work again, which makes standing up smoother, takes pressure off your knees, and helps you feel more stable when you're walking or going upstairs. It's such a simple movement, but the difference it makes is real. The third exercise is one that might look the least impressive, but is actually the most important when it comes to preventing falls, and that's standing on one leg with support from a chair. Most people never practice this, but your ability to balance on one leg is one of the strongest predictors of whether you'll fall in the future. Walking doesn't train this skill at all, because when you walk, both legs are always involved in a smooth, predictable pattern. But falls don't happen during smooth, predictable movement. They happen when you're stepping off a curb, turning quickly, reaching for something on a shelf, or patching yourself when you stumble. In those moments, your whole body has to rely on one leg to keep you steady, and if that leg isn't strong and stable, no amount of walking will save you. Research has shown that older adults who practiced single-leg balance exercises improved their stability dramatically in just a couple of months, and they had far fewer falls compared to people who didn't train their balance. Here's how to do it safely. You stand next to a sturdy chair or a kitchen counter and rest one hand on it lightly, just enough to feel secure. Then you shift your weight onto one leg and gently lift the other foot a few inches off the floor, keeping your body upright and your eyes looking straight ahead, not down at your feet. Hold that position for 10 to 20 seconds, breathing normally and staying as still as you can. Then lower your foot and switch to the other leg. Do this 2 or 3 times on each side. As your balance improves, you can try holding it longer, up to 30 seconds, or you can use less support from the chair, maybe just one finger instead of your whole hand. The goal isn't to rush or to wobble around. The goal is calm, controlled balance, because that's what trains your nervous system to react better when you need it. The benefits of this exercise go beyond just standing on one leg. It strengthens the muscles around your hips, it improves your body's ability to catch itself, and it gives you the confidence to walk on uneven ground or in crowded places without feeling nervous. This is why doctors say that balance training does more to protect your independence than walking alone ever could. These 3 exercises work together to rebuild what walking can't restore after 60. They bring back real strength in your legs, they train your body to balance and stabilize, and they give you the confidence to move through your day without fear or hesitation. You don't need a gym membership, you don't need special equipment, and you don't have to spend hours doing them. What you need is consistency, just a few minutes, a few times a week, done with care and control. Start slowly, focus on doing each movement correctly rather than doing a lot of repetitions, and be patient with yourself. Even small improvements in strength and balance can make a huge difference in how you feel and how safely you move.
Your muscles and your nervous system are still capable of getting stronger, no matter your age, but they need the right kind of challenge, and these exercises provide exactly that. If you commit to practicing them for the next 3 weeks, you might be surprised at how much steadier and stronger your legs begin to feel, and how much more confident you are when you stand up, walk across a room, or step outside.